What's good? What's good? AKA in the building. You already know what it is. BS&I, blood, sweat, and ink. And once again, we're here with another session of 10 questions with AKA. Right now, we got my boy, the man, the legend, the myth, Sim Illi in the building. Say what's up.
What's up, man?
Forsaken Takeover in the building, man. You already know the deal. I'm going to ask you 10 questions. I'm going to try to ask everybody in the Pacific Northwest region who battle raps these same 10 questions. Thank you very much for coming out. I got a handful under my belt. So let's get this shit cracking. You ready? You ready? All right, my friend. What was the very, and make sure you speak up too. I'll turn this down. What was the very first battle you ever watched?
Does that include like just street battles? Or?
Yep. The very first one, man, that you could remember.
I mean, I remember back in school when we were kids, you know what I mean? Around like lunchtime ciphers and shit. Battles happening all the time.
Were they battling or just ciphering?
No, battles. Like, you know, it all started off as a cipher.
Mm-hmm.
People just start battling with each other.
Yeah. They were like, you weak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as footage goes, man, I think I really started getting into watching like YouTube battles back like when grind time was really big.
Mm-hmm.
Back like I think the first one I watched was probably Dumbfounded and Tantrum.
Tantrum. Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah.
That's a legendary ass battle.
Manhandling pandas in cages for gambling wages.
Bro, Dumbfounded actually played up here at the Royal. I got to open up with him. It was cool.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he's a good, cool cat. So your first battle was Tantrum versus Dumbfounded. That's a good first battle to have.
Yeah.
So that's what got you inspired to do this shit.
Yeah. Actually, I think that battle is probably the reason Script started battling too. Because I was showing him all sorts of battles and shit.
Oh, that's what's
the
up.
first one that I saw.
You know what? Now I'm interested when I do this with Script what his answer is. That's going to be dope.
Yeah, watch it be something different.
All right. If you could take any battle back, and I know you've only had two, any battle back, which one would you take back?
See, that's tough for only having two battles though, because like Al did. I mean, he talked.
You could flip a coin and be right.
He talked. Yeah, exactly. He talked to me the whole battle. I felt like he said he froze and forgot a lot of his bars. And that was my debut. You know what I mean? I've been around the 4MCs by MCs league since it was back at the Northern.
Talk that shit.
It was 15 people deep.
Talk that shit.
You know what I mean? So like, I've been behind the scenes for quite a while. And
Mm-hmm.
I had
Yeah,
a lot
you
of people just constantly try to talk me into it before I was finally like, all right, fuck it, I'll catch a battle.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a couple years into the league actually, you know what I mean, starting to flourish and starting to blow up in the Northwest. People know the name now. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna make my debut and I'm gonna kill it hard. And then you know, I was disappointed, you know, because I wanted him to come with some super fire shit so we could just make a classic.
So you want to take that battle back not because of your performance, because he wasn't able to live up to his side of the bargain.
Yeah, exactly.
I got
I
you.
came with some good shit on that battle. I brought out some gimmicks and props and shit.
That's what's up. Oh yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, that was
picture
dope.
of him and the homeboy.
That's dope.
Yeah, no.
So you would take that one back over you and Young Will.
See, but then that's where it gets to the flip of the coin, because I feel like I didn't perform well enough in the Young Will battle. You know what I mean? I feel like energy-wise, I might have been there. You know, I had some good shit. My third round was, you know, had people cracking.
That is interesting. Either you could throw your worst performance away, or you could throw your best performance away.
Yeah, because you know what I mean. It's all about, do I want the classic battle? You know what I mean, or do I want to perform?
You gotta choose one here. You have to.
I would just for the sake of being full of myself, I'd say take back the Young Will battle.
Yeah, that's what you should. That's what I
sleep
think.
on him for as long as I did,
Mm-hmm.
and properly, you know what I mean, properly prepare for that battle so that I could have really came with it.
Salute, man. At
He's
least you
coming
got
out
you
now.
got a good process, a good head process. Salute to you, man. So what's something that you love about battle rap, man? What do you love about this shit, dog?
Really, it's I don't even know, man. It's just the whole chemistry. You know what I mean? It's the concept of like I was always told that like battle rap kind of originated from people that had problems with each other
Mm-hmm.
and chose to settle those issues verbally rather than physically. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially if they're a clash of styles too.
Yeah. So I don't know if I don't know how much of that is like legitimately true. So I'm only 24 years old. You know what I mean? So I obviously haven't been around long enough to know for sure. But I just like the fact that shit can get extremely heated and shit can get extremely active and live, and people can fucking just pop off and make a building rock, and then afterwards, you know what I mean, they're level-headed and they're talking about like who went wrong where, and you know what I mean, like people, you know, sportsmanship. Like I just enjoy watching people fuck other people up emotionally. You know what I mean? And
I know it's crazy. It's like an unwritten rule too, and like you can say whatever the fuck you want on stage, and nobody's under contract not to go nuts. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But everybody stays respectful and understands why we're all in this. That's what's so interesting.
Exactly.
It's interesting.
Plus, I feel like, you know what I mean, it brushes up your skills. Like all the, you know what I mean, hella dope artists that are big in this world today. You know what I mean, started off as battle artists, recognized for Mayday and Strange Music. You know, Eminem, like hella artists started off as battle artists, and now
A lot of people say battle rappers can't make good music though.
you know.
You ever heard that?
Yeah, I have, and you know what I mean. I've felt that way before too. But I feel like, you know what I mean. I think if you get stuck in that battle rap mode to where because battle rap for me seems to be, you have to find a balance. You know what I mean. Everything has to be balanced. So if you're devoted all your time and energy to making music, you're not going to have time to write rounds for people. You know what I mean. If you're dedicated and you're putting all your time into battle rap for exposure, which is good. You know what I mean? You find yourself in a position where you're not, you know what I mean, you're not writing, you're not saving time for bars.
Oh, I feel you.
So,
right now I'm actually trying to work that balance for myself too.
yeah.
But I like
You still owe me a verse. I still
it's
haven't
true.
gotten it.
It's true. And the thing is like I love battle rapping because I didn't always feel like writing a song. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't always feel like writing a song. So then if I didn't want to write a song, but I still want to write, I have nothing really to write. Now that I'm battling, now I have like an outlet that way.
Less throwaways, probably.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm definitely trying to balance that shit. So what's some shit about battle rap that you just can't stand, homie?
All right, man.
This is how everybody starts. They all ready for this one.
The number one thing that stands out to me, bro, is that music is expression, and it seems like everything is recycled. Originality for a lot of artists is out the fucking window. Like, you know what I mean? They hear a dope bar about 2 twin Glocks, you know what I mean, at some point in their life. So now they're going to come up with something about 2 twin Glocks. And it just seems like gun bars are cool, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I've heard some crazy schemes about some gun bars. That's what's up. But to me, like, and this is just my personal preference.
Absolutely.
Like, if it's all about gun bars and it's all recycled shit you've heard before, but using it in your own context, you know what I mean? And you're finding different, unique ways to put spins on it. Like, I'm not gonna feel it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I like unique artists that come up with some seriously unique shit. And it's not just about stage presence. It's not just about, you know what I mean, your delivery. You know what I mean? It's about what you're saying and how you're saying it. And I feel like there are hella artists out there, you know what I mean, that put together a solid 3-minute rounds against somebody, and it's all shit that I've heard before. You know what I mean? So that just drives me up the goddamn wall. There's artists that I listen to all the time that are completely unique in every fashion. Like when Steez was battling heavy, bro, I felt like every time Steez came with it, I mean, sure, he had some tendencies that other battle rappers had, you know what I mean, but he was unique. You know what I mean? The shit he was saying was original. You know what I mean? And I mean, there's plenty of other artists I feel the same way about, like Jay the Nightwing. You know what I mean? I feel like Jay the Nightwing has a unique style. I feel like the way that he presents himself is different than, you know what I mean, than other artists.
Well, hold on, because this is gonna transition right to my next question, because I think you were kind of about to go there. Give me 3 MCs in the region, regardless of skill level, that you'd be willing to just give a shout out and be like, yo, I see you working, man. I respect what you're doing. Like, whether it's style-wise, whether it's just they working hard, regardless of skill set.
Regardless of skill set?
Regardless of skill. Just 3 battle rap MCs in the region that you okay with being like, man, shout out, salute to you. I see you working.
see, you definitely should have sent me these questions in advance.
Nope.
Man, I'm really tired. I'm really really upset D.L. Murray's quitting. Because I was really hoping he would get back into it. I'm a big D.L. Murray fan. Let's see, bro.
Me too.
Yeah. I mean, you know, obviously, like, not trying to be biased, but my boy Famous is coming out.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
no, it's all you. It's
coming
all
up-
love.
he's
Say
coming up
whoever you
super
want.
Sturdy, you know, and he's starting to get his position solid. So probably Famous. You know what I mean? I really like Civic. And probably AM. You know what I mean?
You named 4, but I'll give you 4.
Oh, did I name 4? Oh, because DL. Well, DL doesn't count because he's done. He's retired.
And still, you can give a
Either
shout
way.
out, tell them salute.
Either way, those artists for sure. There's plenty more, man. Narrowing it down to 3 is just not fair, but
No, that's dope. I like those.
AM's coming up. You know what I mean? I'll be honest with you. When I first heard AM battle, that look he's got on his face all the time, I was like, man, fuck this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, this dude is
That's
super new.
fucking real.
This dude is super new.
He's smug
you know
as
what I mean?
fuck.
And like, and it was, you know, I had that feeling before I even heard what he had. You know what I mean? I judged the book by the cover right away. But as he started
He's
to
the
catch,
shit.
as he started to catch him though, bro, you know what I mean? As he started to get those
Oh,
wins
absolutely.
and shit, I was like, all right, bro, like AM's a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I fuck with
And people
that.
are still
That's
sleeping
true.
on him. People are still sleeping on him. But
I don't know. I think everybody knows if they were to battle him, they better not sleep. At this point, right?
I mean, hopefully.
So what's one weakness that you can work on? A lot of MCs are always like, they always have a problem with this question because they don't want opponents
Because they
to
don't
know.
want to portray weakness
Yeah.
in front of the world for future
But then
battles.
they always say that, but then they always end up being like, well, if I did have a weakness, da da da. So what would you say your weaknesses that you work on? For me, I'm just trying to work on flawless performances, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got to get rid of the slips and the stumbles, and then I feel like I can do major things,
Yeah.
you know?
I feel like my presence is there. You know what I mean? With my last battle, I kind of went with more of a nonchalant feel. But I feel like, you know what I mean, if I need it, my energy is there. I feel like, you know what I mean, I've got good delivery as far as like the way I present my bars. And my content's alright too. I think realistically, like if I needed to work on something, it would probably be personals. You know what I mean? Being able to relate to that person and then making the crowd see it the way I see it. You know what I mean? Because that's big for me. You know, even as like a fan standing in the crowd watching, you can call somebody a bitch, or you can say you're fucking somebody's bitch. You know what I mean? Or you know what I'm saying? Like
I
you can say
hear,
someone's
I'm
a
following.
punk, but unless you make me believe it, you know what I mean? It's not gonna hold any weight in my book. If you're standing on stage and you present that shit, your body energy, the way you're saying it, you know what I mean? Like,
You want
the
it
delivery,
to be believable.
the flawless way you spell it out. You know what I mean? That kind of shit to me is, you know what I mean, is gonna hit harder than anything. Because realistically, I've seen so many artists get on stage and rap garbage, but because they have the energy and delivery that's necessary to deliver those bars, they get crowd reaction. You know what I mean? They've got people that are like, oh, he bodied you. And I'm sitting there like, well, I don't know how you see it, but that was some bullshit. So
I smell what you're stepping in.
I don't know. Either way,
No, I do.
For me, it would be finding. I don't want to just find unique new ways to say I fucked you up. You know what I mean? I don't want to find unique ways to say I'm better than you. You know what I mean? I want to be comfortable and confident in what I'm saying and make the crowd believe it as much as I do. You know what I mean? I want to make you believe it.
I feel
I
it.
want you to step off stage and question yourself. You know what I'm saying? God damn, am I really that kind of person?
Yeah.
Get that down, you know what I mean? Bars, all that good shit.
Man, I just lost memory on my phone, but we're about to get right back in this. We were talking about your weakness. The one weakness that you would want to work on, and that would be to be able to convey to the crowd like how you feel it in your body, right? And in your mind and your soul, how you want to be able to get it across. That's what you were talking about?
I want to be able to take any point I'm trying to press on the crowd about this person and make not only the crowd but that person themselves believe it. I want them to be able to question themselves.
Yeah, and reflect.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
I want to be able to get into their head so deeply that they find themselves wondering if what I'm saying is even true about themselves.
Hell yeah. I feel that. I got 2 promise questions for you in a row,
Promise
okay?
questions?
They're promise questions. If I could promise you that they would agree in the whole world, who would you want to battle?
Ooh. Oh shit.
Yeah. Talk that shit.
Damn, bro. I'd really like to. I'd really like to battle Dirtbag Dan. You know what I mean?
That'd be dope.
Or just for the fuck of it, bring Cadillac Ron back. You know what I mean? Catch a battle. Fuck, I don't know, man. I've never even thought. You're throwing all these questions at me that I've never even thought of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, it would have to be. It would have to be. Like you saw that Dirtbag Dan and Mac Lethal battle, right?
Yeah. That's a legendary battle.
Yeah, bro. Mac Lethal would be a good decision. Dumbfounded, like I said earlier in the interview, he'd be a good one to battle for sure.
Damn, I can totally, by your answers, I could totally see your battle upbringing, like the era that you came up through. That's dope.
Yeah,
Because those people are all in the same class, pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
No.
If I could promise everybody watching this video would go watch it, what was your favorite round? Not battle, your favorite round, and for what opponent? I feel like every MC has got like you've only had a couple battles, so it should be easier for you to remember. But that round that you're like, man, I was cooking.
Everybody to see, everybody in the world.
Everybody who's watching this, if I could promise you that everybody who's watching this video will go watch that round. What is your favorite round? What round would you direct them to go see?
When I battled Al at the Eagles Ballroom, probably my 3rd round for that one.
Your 3rd round?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the 2nd round was cool with the whole gimmick in the picture and shit, but the 3rd round is where I felt like I was, you know what I mean? I was
cooking?
Really cooking.
Yeah, there we go. Word. Well, who is your next opponents? Talk to your fans. Talk to us. Let us know. What are these next battles?
I don't have anybody lined up to battle next. I've been going through some personal, shit in my life, and I've been trying to focus on music. So right now, I'm really focused on this new album that I'm going to be working on. I got some different producers I've been talking to about beats. There's this girl. Shout out to Chanel from The Bridge with Double B. The girl has got a legendary singing voice, bro. I'm talking. She's the female Chris Calico. You know what I mean? And her and I are going to be collaborating.
Word.
Hopefully, we're going to be putting the whole album together. Turns out she's got some pretty decent bars too. Like she can spit, but I'm like primarily interested in the craziness of her voice. So I'm trying to get some more soul to my music, and not just go super hyphy like we have been. You know what I mean? Just like cramming violence.
You wanna go in your bag and pull out a different tool.
So as far as battles go, man, if somebody wants to battle me, if somebody approaches me, wants to battle me, calls me out, wants to battle me, whatever, you know what I mean? Chances are I'll take that.
Excuse me.
You're good. But
again.
No, dude, I just honestly, man, like I battle rap for fun. You know what I mean? So for me, it's just to have a good time. So
well, how about that rookie vets?
That Ricky versus Vets, you said Ahab was putting that on?
Yeah, I think it's July 2nd. What vet would you want to see for that?
I might have to grab that. As far as Ahab, man, like
it could be anybody. They just want a rookie versus vet.
I don't know, man.
What
like
vet?
I could see myself battling I could see myself.
I like that a lot.
I'm not gonna battle Hush Hush.
Un is the OG.
I'm not gonna fucking battle you, Hush.
You know, Un got mad connects in Seattle. Like, bro, he is like a legend up there. Like, cats don't really know.
I could see myself battling JP.
I don't know if he's even active anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I remember the last battle was him and Heretic, I think, that I saw at least. I could see myself battling Lucent in my interview.
I don't even know if Lucent is a vet. Or maybe he
Oh, I don't
is.
know if
Actually,
I don't
he's
know if
probably battling before me. He was improv. That's why.
Yeah,
I don't remember. Well, was there anything else that you want to tell your fans before we end this?
So, January 29th at the Lee Boyer, I believe Remix maybe is putting on an event. It's called.
January 29th. It's past
Oh,
January
whoops,
29th.
my bad. February 29th. No, February 29th. It's right here. The No Sleep Tell Tour. It's gonna be Mustafa and Heist, DJ Dextro, with local live performances right here in Olympia. There's gonna be J-Sab, MC Swamp Tiger, Unorthodox, which is Script and I, Scott Free and Jailbird. It's gonna be 6 p.m. February 29th. It's gonna be a $5 cover. You know what I mean?
Man, check that shit out, y'all.
It's a nice small space, and when hell
You better hope
get
I
in there-
release this by then.
Yeah, right. We get hyphy in there though, bro. You know what I mean? And so it's a good environment. It's a lot of chemistry. So you know, it's only $5 a person. Come down and fucking check
$5 have a night of fun in.
Fuck yeah.
That's just dope.
Come down and check it out. Downtown on 4th Ave, the Lee Boyer.
Illi, man. 10 questions with AKA. Thanks, man. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for taking your time out for doing my bullshit ass vlog. You know what I'm
Give me
saying?
that verse.
All right,
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
This thing.
All right, bro.
All right, man. Peace.